that I would want you to get into. Here we go. So, things I want you to get into for the mindset of being prepared for this launch, because this is an end of the year launch, and we're kind of at a balance like this, where you've got some people with the mindset that, just forget it, I'm not going to do anything until January. And then you've got the other people who are in a mindset where this is a great time for me to keep doing something, especially during some of the most stressful and busiest times of our year, that is going to be a mindset that we really want to connect with. So start thinking about the people that you're working with and what struggles they will have, and how doing this program in December and then again in January is going to be really helpful for them to make big changes. Some things I want you to look out for is make sure you go in your Coach Online office, because there's always resources in there. Go to the training tools and resources that will provide you with some video, promo video, and images, as well as some language that you can use to promote this. But always keep in mind, every time that you are talking to anyone, you want to make sure you're keeping their need at the front, that you're helping them understand how this is going to help them with the struggle they have or the problem that they have. Because yes, it's great. We could say these are 5 days a week workouts, or this is only a 4 week program, or you're only going to lift for 3 days. Like, we can tell them all the features, but that's not what's going to get them excited about it. So think about that. Another thing that I want you to think about to really get prepped and to start to gather interest is to be prepared to collect email addresses. Stop focusing on that little DM and Facebook messengers to be where you're housing all your conversations, and remembering to go back. Start getting in the habit of always collecting email addresses. Now, our sample workout for job one will be released November 15th. So this is a perfect opportunity for you, which I've done for myself, is I've gone through all of BOD, and every free sample workout that we have has a link directly to it. And I just put it all on a one sheet PDF. And I posted it, and you can even see it if you went to my Instagram. You're going to see it in my link tree up there, that I posted it. Hey, get 12 or 13 or 15. I don't remember how many free workouts from Beachbody we have. Go get them here. And it's just a Google form. So you can create a sign up form in Google for free. And that will allow you to get people to enter their name, their email. And then when they fill it out, you send off the PDF with the free workout links to BOD. That's going to encourage them, of course, to experience our community as well as our workouts. So that's something I want you to consider. And I'm also going to put in the chat right now, one of our top coaches, Jace Lundgren, last night she ran a fantastic training to help launch Job One for coach tools and resources. So I'm going to put in the chat the email, or not the email. I do not want you to email her. That would be horrible. Her YouTube direct link to it. But make sure, if you're like, I don't know if I can click on that link in the chat, whatever. Just go to her YouTube channel, Jace, Jace Lundgren. I hope I'm saying it properly. Lundgren. Yeah. Okay. So those are some things I just wanted to get off that top. Mary, do you want to step back in?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Christine. So helpful. And I wanted to also welcome Raquel McAfee's team, Kinsey James, and Kelly Jimenez. We are so excited to have you guys tonight. And I am actually going to introduce our honored guest. Jennifer Jacobs is an NASM certified personal trainer, nutrition coach, and fitness nutrition specialist, as well as certified indoor cycling instructor through Schwinn and AFAA. Known for her functional training workouts and heart-pounding classes, Jennifer will help you stay accountable and unleash your best self. So please welcome Jennifer Jacobs, creator of Job One. I'm going to throw it over to you and JJ, Christine. You guys are so excited for this program. Let's hear everything Jennifer has to say.
Thank you. Thank you for the warm welcome. Thanks, Kim, clapping over there. I love that. A little bit about myself is that I've been in this industry for quite some time, but I did grow up in a very small town on a dairy farm. You'll learn more about that in the Meet Jennifer Jacobs package if you tune in. But from that childhood upbringing, I learned what hard work meant. And when you plant a seed, it doesn't grow overnight. You got to be patient. It takes time, but you have to put in that effort. You got to be willing to work. And then from my childhood, the experiences I encountered, I decided I wanted to help people. I wanted to help people feel better about themselves. And I thought that was going to be through medicine. But when I attended college, I became a personal trainer, which really allowed me to put myself through college. But I found the instantaneous opportunity to empower people and help them in their life immediately within an hour session. I thought that was incredible. And my life then took me to France. I mean, I took myself to France, but I met and fell in love with the Frenchman, hence why I speak French, and why Job One is a bilingual program, meaning that it's also filmed in French, not dubbed, not subtitled, but I speak French. I did my best. And so that's another selling point, of course, if that's reaches anyone in your market. But most importantly, it shows that Beachbody is moving towards growth, right? International markets. And that's very important for a company that you're a part of. You want growth. You want things to always get better. So I'm very excited to bring Job One to Beachbody because it's something very different, very new. Is anybody in this group, in the test group, the Success Starter test group? Amy, yes, I recognize you. So yes. I'm just going to scroll and see if there are anyone else raising their hand. So not too many people from this group, but oh, there's Liz. Good. Just scrolling, seeing who's in it. Okay, so some of you have already gotten a taste and have been able to experience, Aubrey as well, what Job One is, the look and feel. And this look and feel is so different from what Beachbody you're used to seeing with programs, and I believe will influence all subsequent programs that are in their making because of how it was filmed, how it looks, and how it speaks to 2022 and beyond. So I'm very proud of this program. I'm also proud of what we accomplished within 20 minutes. Yes, I know. And I know a lot of the Success Starter test group was like, when they first got into the group, we hadn't even started and they were already asking, where are the bonus workouts? And I was like, whoa, you know, my success, the Success Starter test group is an incredible group, but my test group that helped me develop this program, they reached their results that you'll see. You've already seen one if you follow the Job One program Instagram, which I highly recommend you do that because I plan to do different things than maybe you're used to following those program Instagrams. So I want to really enhance the experience through that. So you already see one incredible before and after, and that was just from the 5 days a week base program. This is, I want to reiterate this in case there was any confusion. This is not a cycling program. There is no bike needed at all. That portion is completely optional and adds another selling opportunity for you because these will be the only 4 cycling rides on BOD, which helps you then sell body. Because if you want more, you've got to go to body. So that's a really big point there. These are completely optional and we'll get to why they're included. So in the program that I created, it's 5 days a week. And why? Because I've preached about it for years when people would ask, what's the ideal balance of strength to cardio? It's for me, general population, 3 days a week strength, 2 days a week cardio. So focused on strength. This is a hybrid program, of course, in terms of there's cardio and strength. It's not pure lifting, but when we lift, we lift. And so Mondays, that's how we start the tone. We set the tone really with start strong. And I don't know about you, but maybe there's the weekend and you indulge a little bit. You got a donut, you had a little cocktail. I don't know what you did, but you indulged and Monday comes around and you're not feeling like high intensity interval training. You're just not feeling that kind of mood. So start strong is all about lifting heavier with more control, intentionally programmed on that day to help people really start themselves out on the right foot. Tuesday is HIIT. It is high intensity interval training using your own body weight. Wednesday, we go back to strength. That is our build and burn day, the only day that you'll be using the resistance loops and dumbbells. So this is an opportunity to drive more tension into the muscles for the same period you were working on Monday, the same time frame, but because of the use of the resistance loops, you're keeping the muscles under tension for a greater period of time during the lift. And then on Thursday, we go back to cardio. It's our 20-minute sweat session. We're focusing on endurance efforts. Maybe you're used to doing low body weight cardio. You're used to that 1 minute on, 30 seconds off. Well, that doesn't really improve one of our systems. It doesn't improve our anaerobic, nor does it improve our endurance. So I've created 2 formats that improve both of those. which is very important for our performance. And then on Friday, we go back to strength and we finish stronger. This is one of my favorite sessions because we are lifting with our 3 muscles pairings and we are circuit training through those 3 muscles versus the other days of the week. And we are also interjecting a little bit of intensity throughout each of those sets. So a really longer time frame means more endurance achieved through those lifts as well. So that's the structure, that's as is. When I talk about the strength, I'm pairing muscle groups in 3s, and why is to avoid, it's what I call muscle cyclicality, to cycle through various groups to give you something to look forward to. I don't know if you're tired of seeing chest and tris or back and bis. That's like been there, done that, everyone, we got the deal. I don't know, personally, I just don't like to train chest. It's like, I'm not getting jazzed about it. But if I see chest, glutes, and arms, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna show up to that. So I'm gonna give you something to look forward to in each and every single session. And start strong, 3 muscle pairings. We start in strong week 1, it's back, glutes, and core. You're never gonna see that pairing again in that format. So guess what that creates? You wanting to come back another round, another round. This program grows with you because each time you come back, you're coming back stronger. Whether it be lifting heavier, more reps, better range of motion, or better form, and also changing the tempo. These are all opportunities for you to maximize this program. And that's what I talk about in the program. With that said, there's talking, there's instructing, but we're getting things done. It's the most efficient use of your time, trying to create the same training volume you would achieve in, say, a 30-minute or 40-minute session in 20 minutes. So without it feeling chaotic, which is quite a challenge. You want to be able to feel like you're connecting to each movement. So I'm working through trisets. Trisets are 3, the same muscle group, 3 movements back to just create the most amount of fatigue in those muscles. That's the point when you train. You're trying to tire out the muscle to create change, whether it be weight loss, strength gains, performance enhancement. These are all side effects of job 1. But most importantly, then the before and afters that you will see. Take note on the fine print. The first one we have released is 3 months. I think the other ones will be around 2 or 3 months. Most before and afters you see in the fine print, read it closely. It says 8 to 12 months. So we're getting the job done here. We're being very effective with this programming. I want you to also realize more important than the before and after is the stronger mindset that will be achieved through job 1.
Fantastic. These are great explanations of the program. What I would love to know from you, and by the way, everyone, if you have some questions that you would like us to ask, please put them in the chat. But what I would love to know from you is that fear of not doing a lot of cardio, because this mindset of being a cardio junkie and then this program only having 2 a week, how would you address someone who is kind of fearful that this doesn't have enough?
I would direct them to me because I was once on the show, The Doctors, and I had this woman who had been following me since my days at Peloton, and she has struggled with a plateau. And what I did was I surprised her in the audience by saying I was going to take her on as a client. And the first thing I did was I pulled down her cardio. I took it down from, she was doing cardio 6 days a week. I pulled it down to 2, she wanted 3, so I kind of gave her 3. And she pushed past that plateau. She was trying to lose another 13 pounds. She had a lot of weight to lose. And she reached that in 3 weeks because of that quick little change that I saw to make. You know, the more we stress ourselves, the more problems we create. And those problems, they show up in all facets of our life, whether it be our digestion, whether it be how we interact with our loved ones or our colleagues or our boss. So if you can minimize your amount of stress, working out causes your body stress. So too much of a good thing hinders your results. If you're looking for cardio and you're going to do for hours because you purely enjoy it, well, it can't be hit. It's got to be like walking, hiking, something low intensity. But most people who are cardio junkies, they're mostly fearful if they pull back that they'll gain weight. And with proper nutrition, which is what Job 1 offers as well, 2 nutrition paths, that you won't gain weight as long as you follow a program as instructed and you have a proper nutrition plan in place. Most importantly with nutrition, it's one that you can actually follow. So what's the beauty about Beachbody? We offer 2 for the moment, right? And those two options there give people the flexibility to see what works best for them, because what works is what you can be consistent with. I
So
think
does
there was
this,
also,
oh, sorry,
yeah,
go ahead. Go
I think
ahead.
there was a question. So for those who are in my test group, they've already kind of got this, you know, I mean, obviously they're in week 3, they're understanding what this is all about. Since you guys are coaches, you should know this, there's no cast in job 1, and that is intentional. I intentionally did not want a cast because it causes distractions. And my intention here is to connect with the person on the other end. So you have the most intimate experience and you get the best results. We don't waste time. We don't see what Roger's doing over there with his back. We don't care what Roger's doing. I care what you're doing. I'm cueing you. Kim is she is laughing. I love her. So that's really important to me. I've worked with people one-on-one for years, since before FaceTime, before Zoom, via Skype. All right. So Skype, I was Skyping on a laptop with my clients from France to New York. So I connect very well with people through a lens. And I'm so proud of what we accomplished here with Job 1. And I think it is definitely the future of Beachbody in elevating this platform as a whole. So if you've ever had anybody in your network who's maybe been a little resistant, because, you know, when I announced I was going to Beachbody, there were some naysayers, there were some haters. They were like, "Oh, she going down." I'm like, no, I'm going up. Don't worry. You might not see it right now, but we going up. And as long as we believe that, we will achieve that. Okay, so I'll reiterate that again. As long as we believe it, we will achieve it. And this is the program that sets the standard. This is a game changer. You will see everybody else pick up their game after this. And so anyone who's ever doubted what you do, anyone who said, yeah, that's not for me, show them Job 1, because I'm going to work my butt off to show the rest of the world what Job 1 is. I'm going to hustle on my own because I'm so proud of what we accomplished here.
What can we expect in the workout with the weight training? Are you following the cadence to the music? Are you following a specific set of reps, or is it for time? How do we weight train?
At first, I wanted to focus on reps. I ideally wanted to train around the 10 to 12 rep range. 12 is more favorable to meet all people's needs, but then time helped me more. Time helped me with the time management of 20 minutes. Like, there's not 20 minutes and 10 seconds. This is under 20 minutes, so that the round number says 20, but it's 19 minutes and whatever you want to add there. So the point there is we're working in time. On strength days, on 2 of the strength days, the start strong and build and burn, we're working 30-second increments where you can get anywhere, depending on how you move, anywhere from 8 to 15 reps. It just depends how you're moving. But my pace is typically around that 10 to 12 mark if you were to count my reps. It gives you the opportunity in the second set, maybe, and I tell you, maybe it's more reps. Maybe you pick up a heavier dumbbell. These are your options here. Or maybe it's a fuller range of motion. And so my intention there is, especially in trisets, you're working one muscle group. So we have 3 muscle groups. So there's 3 trisets. In a triset, you have 3 moves back to back targeting that muscle. So 30 seconds for each of those movements is a great time frame. We're focusing on 2 sets only. So it's 2 opportunities to get this job done. Okay. And then in Wednesday, same thing, but the incorporation of the resistance loops. And on Friday, we're working 45-second time frames, circuiting through each of those 3 muscle groups, followed by what I call a power minute, using our own body weight to increase the intensity, still focusing on those 3 muscles with each of those 3 moves. Now, in terms of weights, you're going to want light option if you're working smaller muscle groups. You're going to want medium, and you're definitely going to want heavy, because you're training legs. You're going to need to lift something heavier. And when it comes to the resistance loops, you'll receive that with Job 1 if you don't already have resistance loops, light, medium, and heavy. So it gives you a lot of flexibility to decide what's going to work best for you. And then on the cardio days, you need absolutely nothing. Now, for the person who's like, I want more training volume, as I see there are, like David Schwartz over here, maybe Eric the Red, he's like, nah, I don't know, two sets, I don't know. Well, sometimes more than 2 sets is overkill. Form goes out the door. If you don't got it in 2 sets, you're just not going to get it. I'm also a big believer of 4 sets too, but this is not the program for it. But that's where the bonus comes in. I'm going to allow you to increase your training volume. 20-minute sessions, there are 5 of them. The first one, the most important, is recovery and stretch. You can add that as much as you like. Recover and stretch. The second one is 20 minutes core. Somebody who really wants to attack their core, I got you. You want 20 minutes of just glute focused work. You want 20 minutes of legs and more focused on unilateral movements. It's a great session, strength and balance. And then we have the 5th one is for the upper body, heavily focused on the arms. So those are the options to add on or add throughout the week, however you would like to train. But at least the first round, you follow the program as is because you're going to enjoy it as is. But it gives you a lot of flexibility for rounds to come. So this creates multiple selling opportunities for all of you. This is a program to get people through the holidays. It's not a program to wait for the holidays. Again, this is a program to start now. I am going to be very active in these bod groups. So this, you should be very proud of this, that this is the only company that offers an all-in-one service in their app, that you have the opportunity to connect to their trainer. You have an opportunity to connect to people who are supportive. You don't have to go to Facebook because we know great things don't come from Facebook. There's too much drama over there, but we have it all at our fingertips on this app. So that's another selling point. These bod groups to help keep people accountable and keep people feeling supported and motivated.
Well, your reputation of being a no nonsense, which is my direction. That's what I connect with. I also connect with it only being 5 days, 20 minutes. I love that. But having this, you also have another reputation that's going around of personal connection, that you are really having a lot of touch points with a lot of the coaches and customers. So I appreciate that because that says a lot about your character. So I'm excited for those bod groups. So we've got a good question here, kind of a two-parter. One, so it's going to move quick, right? So you said it's 30 seconds. We're going to be moving real quick. How are people going to handle it with adjustable weights and having to adjust? And then the two-parter is the modifications. How are you going to kind of show modifications throughout the program?
So I thought about that with the adjustable weights because in the trisets, you really don't need to adjust the weights unless you do need to drop the weight. I personally, I'm not using adjustable weights. So the accountability for that is, I'm allowing, all right, next move, I set it up. So, I mean, that's really, that's an interesting question, actually, Christine, very great question. Maybe next program, I'll use some Bowflex adjustable weights, but I am assuming people can make that quick transition. But for when I'm training it, I was using the same weights. I rarely dropped. There were some occasions that I did, and you'll understand why. And I did have a client of mine who was accessing the session, and she was like, "Oh, I couldn't, I had the adjustable weights." And I said, "Oh, well, to tell you, good thing we don't sell adjustable weights yet." But it's not, when we say fast pace, I'm still allowing transition. I'm allowing time that I know it takes people to move through the movements. So the time is there. But that's a great question. What was the other question?
The modifications. How are you going to demonstrate modifications?
So because it's just me, I am the modifier as well. A lot of these movements are very straightforward movements, not overly complicated. It's not like I'm asking you to do a backflip and cross your feet and your ankles and you're confused for the first 15 seconds. These are approachable movements that make sense to make you more functional. So a lot of these movements don't need modifications, but I do offer it when needed. And especially in like the HIIT sessions, I'm always offering the modifications to make it easier, especially if we're like doing something, for instance, a bear plank. I'm always going to show you from the knees as well. These are modifications are opportunities. I say this through the program for you to perform at your best at that moment. So I'm all here for it. I'm also offering at sometimes, not too often, but progressions, because you really can surprise yourself what you're capable of doing. So I usually, I offer the modification after the first rep. And I'm like, and if you need to modify, here's your modification. I have a really good ability, I hear, on cueing, quite talented at it because I spent a whole year with my own business, the J Method. I had it on another app, a very innovative app. I'm very proud of that. And I had to program every single week. I had to talk the same 1,000 moves I had already filmed. I had to put them together, program it week upon week. So I've been very used to cueing to help people get the best possible execution of each movement, even, and knowing that people are mostly needing to look down at the floor, right? When you're in tabletop position, when you're in that hinged position, you're not looking up. You can't see the screen. I can't say to look at me. So I do a great job at cueing as well.
One thing I learned about you is that you do really focus on the change of the mindset more than this is just another great workout. So one thing I know that we can probably benefit from hearing from you is how do you help people with the mindset of I'm starting and stopping a program and to transition them into this is a continued lifestyle. This is your job. So how can you help a mindset with that?
Well, I think what Job One hopefully achieves is that it's a very likable program that makes you want to be consistent, makes you want to show up. So when you have somebody there, such as myself, who's there supporting you and telling you the things maybe you need to hear at that moment, maybe you already know them, but or maybe it's the first time you ever heard something like that, that reiterates your full, like not doubting yourself, putting yourself first is okay, for you to not underestimate your weight selection by chance. Like it's not the moment to underestimate yourself. So all these things to help develop a stronger mindset. Once you develop that, you're able to do anything you thought possible. And I think that, you know, people who are inconsistent aren't consistently thinking of themselves in the right way. So again, if you're not being consistent, something's off. You haven't found the right way to train. You haven't found the right way to go about your nutrition. And once you find something that you like, that's the most important thing. You've got to like it. I don't care if you told me this program was the best program. You're going to lose all the weight. You're going to get all the muscles, whatever your goal is. But I absolutely hate the method. I hate the voice. I hate the feeling. I hate everything. Well, you're not going to show up. You're just not going to show up. So I'm hoping, you know, Job One, you know, I'm not saying every single person's going to absolutely adore it, you know, but I'm hoping this reaches people we didn't think it would reach. So in your network, as I said, you have the people who are like, yeah, whatever, P90X thing, or, you know, which I thought was super cool. But, you know, they think it's so dated, it's so whatnot. This is really going to allow us to step into now. I'm somebody who is a connoisseur of content in fitness. I don't watch Netflix. I watch content on all platforms. I'm very keen to like knowing what people are doing. Why are they doing it like that? And it's very follow the leader. We are now setting the stage for how it should be done. Okay. Without overly complicating things, even on body, you know, the podcast, it might feel very hokey, gimmicky, whatever. I've heard feedback. It actually drives more connection. If you can capture a spot on the podcast, right? Which makes you look forward to the session, right? Because you want it so bad, you're going to show up. And when you show up in that session, you work even harder. So that's what I'm very excited about with Beachbody. I'm excited to, you know, use body as another way to enhance Job One as well over rounds, over times through the bod groups, and to make all those connections happen with what an incredible platform we have.
Well, super exciting. I got a fun question for you, but don't you also have a giveaway or trivia question that
Oh,
you
I
want to
have a
do?
little fun. I have a fun little thing. So as much as I'm passionate about like connecting and training people, I also have passion for like other things in life, such as the 80s. I absolutely love the 80s. So, when it comes to music, by the way, because you had asked that about if it's beat driven or whatnot,
Mm,
I filmed it to no music, but
okay.
we have customized the playlist to enhance our sessions. So my Success Starter test group has not heard this yet, so they are not aware of this. That's being done in the moment. I'm very particular about what music I work out to, so I had to have something that enhanced everything. You'll see it in the sample on Monday, what I'm talking about. And the music will be there. You can also have the option to turn it off. And then you have my custom Spotify playlist. One will be entirely 80s that you can just poof, up that up there for all the workouts, or you play your own music. That's the great thing about how we created Job One. So that being said, I absolutely adore the 80s. I have this trivia game that I'm not really good at because I don't really know all these answers. So I thought maybe one of you might know the answers. And I've been rocking this bucket hat, and don't get excited because it's not going to be available for sale because I don't work in the apparel department, unfortunately, but I do have one for one lucky winner here. So whoever's the quickest and has the right answer, of course, to type it in the chat. So get your fingers ready. Okay, I haven't asked the question yet. Whoever answers it the first is going to win the hat. Okay, so I'm going to pick a question. I haven't picked a question yet. And this is going to be very fun. Oof. Oh, you ready? Okay, here it is. Which one? You know what? I'm going to reword this question differently because then that's just too easy. Okay, here we go. Which color was not a color on the original Rubik's Cube puzzle? All right, I saw the answer. Hold on. Okay. The answer is black, and Megan McQuaid was the first to answer. So Megan, unmute yourself. I want to see who you are. Where's Megan? Where's Megan? Did you unmute yourself, girl? Girl's like, I gotta put my eyelashes on or something. Where are you at? Megan, where you at? Megan, unmute it. There we are. Girl, you're gonna look so fly in this hat. All right, Megan McQuaid, you're not unmuting yourself, but you're waving and we love it. You're going to message your coach ID to, I believe, Christine. Correct, Christine?
No, Mary, right?
I'll totally get it. And Jennifer, I just want to let you know, I muted everyone to just respect your crosstalk, but I personally work with Megan and she's a freaking rock star. So congratulations,
Nice.
Megan.
Awesome. Hey, well, you know, we get to call you Jenny now because you gave us that permission in your 80s ride, which was my first time doing cycle. I just did it today. And so we're going to call you Jenny from the bike or Jenny from the job one. But here's your...
I like it.
Here's your question. So you're such an 80s fan, but this one's not music. If you had to pick out of your favorite movie out of the 80s, out of Breakfast Club, 16 Candles, Stand By Me, Friday the 13th, or Dirty Dancing, which one would you watch on repeat?
Dirty Dancing. I already watch it on repeat. Oh, nobody puts Baby in the corner.
So good. Oh my gosh, this was such a great time. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us as well.
Thank you.
I'm really excited for your program, and thank you everyone for being here.
Looking forward to working with you all. We're going to have multiple bod groups. You know, we have that one officially starting on the January 3rd, but hopefully we can squeeze one in before then. I hope. I'm hoping, right? Yeah. Okay. December 2nd. Yeah, that's right. All right. Good. Yes. I'll see you all in for that.
Awesome.
Sample workout on Monday. And
yes.
I want you all showing up as best as you can. November 22nd, live sample workout. It'll be completely different than what you'd experience. Okay. So sample workout Monday, you know where to find it. Then the 22nd of November, live on body sample workout. The 23rd, a live 80s ride. And the 24th, I'm going to give you a little cycle and strength for the turkey burn. Okay.
Wow. We're loaded. Thank you so much again. Appreciate it. And thank you for your positivity and energy that you're bringing to our network.
Thank you so much. See you all soon.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.